Karma's a real bitch. Hello there, and welcome back to War Thunder aboard the very fun CV9105 Swedish premium light tank. Rank 6, battle rating 9.7. I enjoyed this tank while I did the footage for this video, and I will continue playing it. First of all, to finish the grind on certain tanks that I want to unlock before we have at the end of October, around Halloween, the usual Gaijin War Thunder anniversary sales, and this year they will be big. So I want to maximize my profit, and I also want to make more or less up-to-date videos on a lot of premium tanks so that people can look them up if they want to purchase them or not, because there will be also discounts for not just the tech tree tanks if you have unlocked but not purchased them, but also a lot of premium tanks that you can buy either for golden eagles or as packages. And the Swedish tech tree is very interesting because it will get an entire new line of Finnish tanks, and so at around rank 6 and rank 7 this tech tree will be very interesting and very diverse, and I think then it will be up there with Germany, with America, and also will easily surpass Great Britain. Sorry about this, just had a little bit of a brain Brexit. Anyway, I already made 2 videos about the Leopard 1A5NO, the other rank 6 premium Swedish tank, and I made 1 video in German, 1 video in English, both with different footage and both with certain different topics, and so go and watch them if you're interested. But let's talk about the CV9105. It is fantastic. While I don't think that it's really reasonable to spend such huge amounts of money on War Thunder, I think this might be the least stupid investment that you can make when it comes to premium tanks, because it is just so good and it will keep its capabilities, because speed, firepower and handling will always be important, where there always will be a steady degradation of armor in the game. So we have with the CV9105 a really fast tank that has basically no armor and a really fantastic firepower package. Let's talk about it in a bit more detail. First of all, we have a weak engine with only 670 horsepower, but the tank is very light with only 25 tons, giving us a horsepower to ton ratio of just under 27, and you actually can reach the top speed of 70 kilometers per hour forwards and 40 in reverse. You also have a quick turning, neutral steering, and it really is great. Then we have basically paper for armor. It is all around and even on the top 20 millimeters, basically everywhere, except for 2 places. The lower glacis has an additional 20 millimeters, which doesn't really matter, and the side of the hull is only 10 millimeters, so watch out if somebody shoots at you with a heavy machine gun, because it outright can kill you. Because also the survivability isn't that great. Yes, you have the transmission and the engine in the front and some extra internal plating of 10 millimeters, but it doesn't really matter because you have only 3 crew members, and you have a turret that is a bit more rear mounted, and the entirety of the ammunition is in the back of the hull and the turret, much like with a Merkava. And yeah, everybody that shoots at you with heat, then even HESH, and especially APFSDS or even solid shot will outright kill you. So you will explode in spectacular fashion. However, the reason why there is ammunition in the back of the turret is because, let's talk about the firepower and the fantastic 105mm L50 cannon. That's literally its name. That's literally the name, L50 cannon. 40 rounds of total ammunition, and the ready rack has 10 rounds plus the one in the breech, giving you 11 shots with 5-second reload time coming from the autoloader, which is also available with full capacity if you're down to only 2 crew members. And then you have to go probably to a cab to refill the autoloader faster. And that is then quite humiliating for the Challenger DS, which is slower, has weaker shells, and can in theory reach the 5 seconds, but has therefore to have a fully trained ace qualification. And then let's talk about the gun handling, because that's also spicy. We have 10 degrees of gun depression and 42 degrees of gun elevation. We have also 30 degrees per second turret rotation speed, but then as a little bit of a surprise we have only 8 degrees of gun elevation speed if you're outside the realms of the really good stabilizer. So yeah, I think let's talk about the ammunition, shall we? So we have the standard NATO 105mm heat rounds with 400mm of penetration, the hash rounds with slow muzzle velocity of 732 meters per second muzzle velocity. We have also a smoke shell, which is a great addition to the smoke grenades that you have on the turret. So you can smoke up teammates that are in trouble, enemy sniper positions, or just gaps in the buildings that you just want to pass. Then we have two AP FSDS, the DM23 and the DM33, the very same shell that is also very excellent as on the Leopard 1A5NO. And where it is really great on the Leopard 1A5NO, it is still very much capable at 9.7 and much more reliable overall in not bouncing, in post-penetration damage effect, and just not disappearing in some armor voids, much like the L23A1 on the Challenger DS. It's also better with penetration values, if I have not mentioned this. So this combined with crystal clear, I think, 3rd generation thermal imaging, which is there for the gunner and the tank commander, combined with the excellent, as I said, laser rangefinder and laser warning receiver, which warned me and saved me more than once at this battle rating, you have all the package. In addition to this, you have the light tank package. You can extinguish fires of teammates if you will, although that's rather rare. You have an artillery strike. You can scout enemies and light them up all over the map, and also have a scouting drone. So there is nothing that this tank misses, except, for my personal taste, a heavy machine gun on top of the roof. That I would very much enjoy. Now you also could go as far as to say, yeah, it's not as fancy as the WNA at 8.3 in the Chinese tech tree that has tandem warhead missiles and also proximity fuse HE shells. Yes, this is not what the tank has, but it doesn't really matter so much because the AP FSDS does all the job. The autoloader and that you are tracked vehicles are, in my opinion, overall more reliable, and so this is just a really great package. And if this tank would be just a tiny little bit better, I have no doubt that it would be raised in battle rating, and that is to be avoided as usual. So I prefer this tank over the Leopard 1A5NO overall, battle rating for battle rating. I even could easily endure the night battle and city fights, and overall I just had more success with it. The tank just performed much more like I need a tank to perform in the environment that Gaijin dictates. And I made great progress in grinding and even earning silver lines, so there is nothing to complain. And when I think about the addition of a new tech tree or a new branch, just like the addition of the South African vehicles to the British tech tree, I think that the Finnish line will be a great addition to Sweden. And think about this, you have Russian-based vehicles and even more stuff that will complement rank 6 and 7 of the Swedish tech tree, which is already really powerful. Think about the 40mm boys division having further stuff in the lineup. That's just outright brutal, and I cannot wait for that. So that's it for me today. Thanks for watching, thanks for listening. I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give it a like, give it a subscribe if you want to see more, and let me know in the comment section what you expect from the Finnish part of the Swedish tech tree, and what you think about this tank. if I'm right with my assessment or if you think this tank is not that great. So as usual, don't forget to click on the like and subscribe button. For you it's just a couple of clicks, for me it means the world. And as usual, we will see each other on the waves in the skies and on the battlefields of War Thunder.